let's get started,
Oh,
man.
Weenie's here. That means he didn't work. That means he's playing Siege with his friends.
Yeah, he said he has it downloaded. Yeah, Ween Dog is free to struggle
Yeah,
with us.
unlike somebody else. I can't wait till you get in here so I can flame his ass.
Come on, man.
Sorry.
Come on.
I'm sorry.
All right, let's get started, man. We got a lot of shit to go over. And I do want to play some Siege before I have to leave, so let's get in it.
Delicious. Breaking news. Delish.
God damn it. Delish.
Dumskiddy-dumskis.
You done? You got your system?
I was going to wait till you start the intro and then I was going to interrupt you, but I'm just going to let you cut.
That's why I waited. See, I knew you were going to do it.
I was going to be like, you could boo it. Never mind.
All right. Hello. Welcome to episode 231 of the Super Weapon Podcast, most over 5 podcasts on the internet. It's your boy Darius the Artist, and as always, got my co-host DC here with me today.
What up, though? As you guys may know, I'm coming in hot because Grand Theft Auto was delayed, but we'll get to that. What's up, guys? What's going on? It's your main misfit. Mr. DC is in the building.
Never the side,
God's
always
favorite.
the main.
Yep, God's favorite misfit is what I like to call myself. Yeah, I'm here today. I'm feeling great. It's been a long work week. Actually, I got some good sleep last night, and I'm thinking about going back to sleep after this because I am tired. Well, actually, I might go to gym. But anyway, we hope you guys are doing great. We are happy that you are here with us today as we give you some of gaming's hottest news, and we got a lot to talk about, so we're going to jump right into it.
Yeah, man, it was definitely one for the ages for the industry this week. Some good, a lot of not so good this week, depending on how you look at some of the stories we'll be talking about today. But of course, like my man DC said, man, the first thing I definitely wanted to talk about was GTA 6 being delayed. And before, I will admit my wrongdoings. We had a friendly wager on this, and you were correct. The game has been delayed until 2026. I think it was May 26th, if I remember right, of 2026. Mm-hmm. The tweet heard around the world. The news quickly spread. I think I was
up at 6 o'clock. 6 a.m. I was up ready to tell everybody to kiss my ass.
Yeah, he was definitely, you were one of the few people from Jump, I will say, that was, you were pretty spot on about this. I mean, from the announcement, months ago to the first trailer, which we have playing on the screen for you guys right now, to today, man. I mean, not a huge surprise, honestly. Like I was kind of on the fence about it, for a long time. I was actually hoping it would come out this year just because, like we've talked about, GTA 6 is just like Grand Theft Auto is one of those moments in gaming. And, whenever this does come out, and we'll kind of speculate on that here in a minute, if it actually does hit that, May deadline for next year. But, I think the biggest thing I was laughing at was a lot of people were saying, yeah, now we're probably going to start getting dates for fall games now that everyone knows this is gone for the rest of the year. Mm-hmm. And this year has already been really, really good for gaming. And, I guess we'll kind of see what happens with this. I hope we still get another trailer at least this year, just to kind of see more of the game itself. June's right around the corner. Summer Games Fest is coming up, and we do have the Video Game Awards at the end of the year. So I'm hopeful we'll at least get another look at the game. But yeah. So go ahead, man. Take a bow, man. You take a victory lap. You definitely deserve it.
I'm not taking a bow or a victory lap. I just want to tell you all to kiss my ass. No, I'm joking. I did enough gloating since it dropped. I'm fine with that. But I will say this. I don't think people are stupid, okay? Yeah. I think we all knew this was coming. I think a lot of people that were just going against me in conversations and heated debates, I think they just were hoping that this wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I just knew, like I knew. I'm pretty sure a lot of people that owe me money, embedded me, were hoping that they can will this into existence for this year. But I think
Yeah.
deep down in their heart, they also knew it was getting delayed.
Yeah.
Um, but I want to spotlight kind of a positive in all of this is let it cook, man. I've always been a component of if games get delayed, we have enough games to keep us occupied until
Yeah.
a set game comes out, right? Like if they need, obviously, if they pushed it back a year, they obviously need that year.
Yeah.
I would rather them push it back than to do what most games have been starting to do, which is release a broken product and fix it along the way. I would rather them just delay it. So, with that being said, I'm not even mad at this at all. Don't even really care because I probably won't play it to 2008 when the PC version drops. So,
Yeah, that's a
um,
good point too you bring up. And just to kind of piggyback on what you said there about games coming out is, as finished as possible is always ideal. And I don't think personally any game or studio is immune to, especially nowadays, is immune to having a game stumble out the gate. I just, and we're going to kind of talk about that later on with Xbox and everything, but I feel like the industry is at this really weird point and there's really no going back from where we're headed. And
mhm.
it's a little scary, man. I mean, this just kind of all but confirms this game is going to hit at the new price point. Like I said, that we'll talk about Xbox, and that I wonder, just like you said, if the PC version gets delayed until 2027. Also, what does that mean for GTA Online? Will we see that late next year? If this, once again, if this even hits in May, I'll go as far as to even say I won't be surprised if this thing gets pushed until a holiday of next year. Which is fine. Once again,
I
like
see a
DC
few
said,
small
so
delays as well. I'm going to predict it again.
yeah,
It won't be a year, but I do see maybe a couple of weeks or a month delay happening as well as
yeah,
they begin to polish up and tighten up the little loose ends. We may see another very small delay. I'm calling it now
yeah,
because I mean, this is I mean, we had the same approach with GTA 5 and Red Dead.
correct,
So they
yeah,
kind of push their stuff back but the final product is always good. So that's why I'm not tripping. I'm like, if you because it would break my heart if they rushed this game out and then tried to fix it along the way,
yeah,
and it kind of ruins some of the greatness which is Rockstar and their series of games which they create. So what they're trying to do with this game is they're trying to push all these boundaries, and when you trying to push something or take something to the next level, there's a lot going on the back end that we don't see, and
hmm
that's the reason why this game is getting delayed. Like the budget for this game is ridiculous. Everything about this game, the scope, the scale of it, everything is something that the gaming industry has never seen before.
yeah,
Like Rockstar's literally looking to make history in gaming with this one IP, with this one game. So for them to push it back, somebody at the big round table who make the big ass decisions was like, "Hey, looks good, but for whatever the case, we need to push it back a gear. We need to tighten up some things, and it's going to be monumental. It doesn't matter when this game drops. The world's going to freaking stop. This is going to be in CNN. This is going to be on news outlets. It's going to
yeah,
be a cultural
100%.
phenomenon. It's going to be across the board. It's going to be like a cultural phenomenon. So I see the pressure that they're getting for this to drop flawlessly. The online, the whole world is going to be trying to get online. So they have to make sure that servers are going to be prepared for that onslaught of people trying to jump online. So this game is going to be crazy, man. And hey, if we got to wait another year, so be it, man. I got a ton of games I could play till then.
Yeah, and I mean, just like looking ahead too, this is gonna, like, next year. It's gonna be another huge year in gaming as well. I mean, you already have. Naughty Dog's next project, which is supposed to hit next year. Fable 2 from Xbox is supposed to hit next year, and this on top. Like, just those three alone, I think next year could be, something special as well. I mean, like I said, this year has been really great for games too. And we're only barely 5 months in, and we still have a lot of time left for a lot of more games to come out. So I think, just like you said, man, there's plenty of other stuff to play for now. I mean, RP still isn't going anywhere for people who need that GTA fix. Just cool your jets. I didn't honestly even see a lot of people upset. People were just like, okay, like, yeah, we knew.
Because people really knew.
Yeah, they're like, all right, we know.
A whole bunch of replies that I saw were people saying, well, yeah, we knew that was coming.
Like, all right, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't people like, oh, we got all blah blah blah. It's just like,
yeah,
hey, can't rush something this monumental, man. And hopefully this kind of give the devs a little bit of relief, because they have been working very diligent and hard to make this game what it is. Like, the trailer, now everybody's expecting another trailer, which I'm not. Honestly, I've seen enough with the first trailer did enough for me. I don't need to see any more.
That's fair.
Unless it's actual gameplay, I don't want to see any more.
That's what I'm hoping for. At least like a longer look at Vice City, and
but you know what?
Some gameplay elements, I'd be cool with that. Give me like a 2-minute trailer.
I think I'm on the opposite end of that. I don't know how I feel yet. I'm kind of up and down about it, because it's like I kind of just want to play the game and explore it. Because like what you see lately in the gaming industry is they will have something drop on YouTube or something where it's like, oh, we're gonna play the first 4 missions, or let's see what
yeah,
like,
sure.
I don't want
you
can show me mechanics and stuff, but I don't want like necessarily a playthrough.
Yeah.
Like, just show the person like roaming around the city. Don't do any missions or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just show maybe some little interactions with locals or something small. Don't spoil the missions for people, man. Like, we don't need a 20-minute playthrough of the first 8 missions or something like that.
Yeah, I think so. I agree with that. I think that'll be fine. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. Maybe we'll get, this will give them more time to kind of figure out what they want to show over the next 12 months. So, not surprised, man. This game has been moved back. Funny enough, another game from Take-Two actually got moved forward, and that's Borderlands 4.
Wait. Before we jump into the hotness that is Borderlands, because I feel like this is going to be a nice little chunky little boy, I do want to say this about GTA 6.
Yeah.
I know this is going to be a hot take, but I'm going to say it. I really wish, what is her name? Lucia, one of the main characters? I kind of wish she was just on her own. Because it looked like it's going to be like this Bonnie and Clyde type story.
That is an interesting point that they decided to go back to multiple characters, because, with Red Dead, you're only playing, well, technically you're playing 2 in Red Dead 2, but not at the same time. Like, you can't switch between characters in Red Dead. So I wonder what
I think they're doing the whole
reasoning was.
Character.
Yeah.
Well, this is my theory. Because I remember in the earlier stages of GTA 6, when it first was even a thought, and the rumor mill started churning, and there was rumors of it being a girl protagonist or whatever she is, anti-hero. She's robbing banks. Who knows? She just got out of jail, whatever. I remember when it was rumors of it just kind of being like a female protagonist. And the weird world of the internet, who seems to hate women, were up in arms and bitching about it. And I kind of wonder if the male protagonist was added to soften the blow. Just my thoughts. I could be totally off basis with this way of thinking.
If it was anybody else but Rockstar, I would probably be inclined to agree with that. But they don't seem like the type of studio to fold under pressure when it comes to pressure. They make fun of people like that.
Society.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, because I remember when those rumors first started circulating. I just don't think that the timeline matches up to them. Because they wouldn't even. I don't even think they would have announced the game coming out this year if that was the case. Because that's a lot. That would be a lot of work, adding a secondary main character and going back and redoing missions and.
Yeah,
dialogue
yeah, you
and
got
you
a
know what I
point
mean?
because
Like,
it had to be from the beginning. Because
yeah,
to add that, you basically essentially redoing the whole game, damn near.
yeah.
But
I hate that that's even that people even think that
I would
way.
love to see her as a
You know, but
standalone character.
yeah,
Or some like, well, I'm not going. Whenever it comes to like Grand Theft Auto, we never talking about DLC ever again. All right, ever again. I'm not wasting my breath. I'm sitting
yeah.
here with bated breath. DLC, it ain't happening.
It'll be for
But
GTA Online. It won't be for the main single player game.
well, yeah, and yeah. Also, I just wanted to address Weenie in the chat. I do wonder what these locals are gonna be like, because man, the shit that comes out of their mouth.
Yeah.
If you guys are familiar with any GTA game, the locals say some of the darndest things. So
I imagine they'll probably expand upon the features that you had
AI locals,
with interacting with NPCs like they had in Red Dead, where you were given you like if you know held the trigger down or anything, like you would given a few different options to speak to them and they would respond. I would love to see an expansion on that because I think that was probably one of my favorite things about Red Dead 2 was just how immersive the game was, especially when it came to NPCs, because you never really knew who you were gonna come across. I mean, just imagine, right? Like even now we're talking about it, I'm getting kind of fucking excited. Like imagine you're driving down the street and a gang like blocks off an alleyway or something and tries to jump you, you know, or try to, you know what I mean? Because that's what would happen in Red Dead. Like if you were wanted, you know, or you know, you had bounty hunters on your ass all the time. Like I would imagine there's
but
probably bounty
see,
hunters because there's bounty hunters in Florida, right? So imagine like bounty hunters are coming after you, like stuff like that. I
but
think would be
see,
really cool.
this is what we were talking about when we were saying like AI can be used for good situations.
Yeah,
And I think implementing AI tech with NPCs may be something that we see in the future.
yeah,
And I'm going to jump out on a limb here and I'm going to say I think it's something we might see here with GTA because what AI will give us is a more interactive NPC player.
yeah.
And I think that's not bad
I don't think so either.
because that would make the game more
Like
immersive. Like,
you could have people record voice lines and give AI the choice on how to use that stuff. Like that would be cool to me.
exactly.
I don't know about
But your
anybody else.
phone,
You know.
like, they have apps like for this. Like,
Yeah.
I just read an article where they're telling parents now to check their kids' phones and make sure that they don't have companion apps because these kids are getting. This is the nuttiest shit ever. We
AI
are in the future.
AI
People are
agents,
getting
man.
addicted
Hmm.
to freaking. They are getting addicted to these AI apps that talk to them and be their friends. Like there's friend apps, bro,
Yeah.
where the motherfucker literally calls your phone. Like your phone rings, it calls you, and you can have a whole conversation.
It's
Like
not
it's
it's not it's not surprising, especially the stuff that I see at work.
so
You know,
imagine
because where
implementing that to GTA.
that would be cool. I mean, I think it'll be cool personally. I don't know
But
about
what you
anybody
see
else,
at
but
work? Hold on. I didn't mean to cut you off.
yeah,
What?
the hospital I work at, they're working on they have a pretty big AI initiative.
Mhm.
And there's like working in IT in general, right? It's just shit I look up on my my own time, my own interests. Like AI agents are gonna be a pretty big part of the future, and like just imagine if you can like it's getting to the point where you're gonna be able to build your own AI agent for your particular enterprise or your job. You know, like let's say you work at a hospital once again, and you need this AI agent to assist you with routing help desk tickets to a particular team, or you know you have it query data on automation scripts to do projects for you, like to check certain things. Like it's not just going to be everyone using chat gpt or claude. It's going to be personalized AI, just like a Siri, or you know, like you're gonna have that. And what you're saying to me isn't surprising at all. That's already coming out. So yeah, some pretty wild stuff
Mhm.
being developed, man, in the tech world. So it's gonna be
Yeah,
pretty
and
interesting.
also real quick before we move on, I was just having a conversation in my brother's group chat about AI, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with Canva, but
Yeah.
now you can pretty much tell, like, you can build a site, a website, just by telling Canva what you want. You literally just tell it what you want. Like,
Yep.
hey, I want my website to be this, that, and the third. And it's scripted. Like the AI will script the whole website for you. It will
Yep.
build the shit within seconds. And I'm like,
Yep.
that literally is killing my job. That's killing my job industry. I was showing my brother where you can tell your phone, hey, I want these people out of the background, and your phone will generate an image with the people. Like, say if you at Coachella and you like, there's a couple of people in the background, a couple of undesirables while you're trying to take your picture. They photo bomb and whatever, being stupid. You can literally tell AI to take them out of your picture, and the phone will generate a whole new picture with them out of it.
Yep.
Like technology, and like I used to charge people to do that. You know what I'm saying? In Photoshop.
Yeah.
Now they could just do it on
Something
their
that would
own.
take
So
you, a couple hours, maybe hour,
yeah, I'm in.
done in
I'm in.
seconds.
I'm in the graphic design career field, and I'm gonna be honest. A lot of us are on pins and needles, and we are fighting AI every day, every
Yeah,
day.
it's tough, man.
So
It's scary, but it's
yeah,
it's
because
where we are in the world, unfortunately. Like you're,
if it's more cost efficient, I can be sitting here without a job.
hmm
So yeah,
it's a lot closer than people think. But yeah, I mean, that would be cool to see in GTA, and maybe we'll get some more information. Like, I imagine I hope we get a trailer for the end of the year. I'll say that. Just give us like a minute, 2 minute trailer. Show me somebody walking around the city, whatever. Cool deal. So,
hmm
yeah, Borderlands 4, man.
let's talk
Finally,
about it.
finally
I'm
got
actually
a.
excited now. I wasn't.
Yes, I will say
I
this,
was.
and this is what we've talked about before with first impression trailers. When this was first revealed, was it earlier this year, sometime last year, that first trailer that came out?
It was last year.
I mean, when we talked about it originally, I was super unimpressed with it, man. I was like, this game looks very dark, very muddy. Character Vault Hunters don't look interesting, and I mean, holy, excuse my language, holy shit, did this do a 180 on my opinion, man? I am so excited for Borderlands 4. And not only did we get this 20-minute trailer, we also got the announcement that the game's coming out 2 weeks earlier than anticipated, so September 12th, 2025.
And they get to breathe because
Yes.
GTA not coming out.
Yeah, there was a lot of speculation that this game got moved up because of GTA 6, which we later found out was not true. And I mean, just like first impressions, man, like this game, I think this is the Borderlands that people have been waiting for since 2, if I'm being completely honest. So much so that I've seen a lot of the community call Borderlands 3 a tech test for Unreal Engine 5, which I thought was just fucking hilarious. But I mean, just like starting out, just initial impressions, man. I think like the gameplay looks incredible. They're saying a lot of the right things with this one, and I can't really wait to jump into it. And we can just kind of like break down stuff from these. It's like a 20-minute state of play. If you guys are curious about it, check it out, please. Highly recommend it if you guys are fans of Borderlands at all. But this is definitely going to be a day one buy for me. It went from maybe I'll wait to I can't wait. I need this the day it comes out. So
Oh yeah, and I'm trying to clear at least some of the games that I'm stuck playing.
yeah,
Trying to at least beat 2 games to
yeah,
make room for this one, because I'm right there with you, man. Like 3, I'm not gonna lie. It left a little stain for me. It was just like I played 3 and I beat it, and then I just left it alone, never to play again. Then as it seemed like 4, because there was a gap between 2 and 3 that was kind of a while, and then 4 came kind of quick. And I was
It's actually
like,
it's funny enough. It's been 6 years. It don't feel like it has.
really?
Yeah, Borderlands 3 came out in 2019.
Yeah, we've been living in a time warp ever since 2020.
Yeah.
So
I was thinking the same
everything's been
thing.
off.
Yeah, I was like, damn,
But
like this seems like it came a little bit quick, but yeah, no, it's been like 6 years, which is nuts to even
I'm
say
with
that.
you though. I'm with you. Like in the beginning, because of 3, when this was announced, I really wasn't excited for it at all.
Yeah,
But then when I watched this last showing of it, one thing that stuck out to me was, and this is so important, characters, boss battles look, the monsters look epic. Like these
yeah,
shits, like remember when Borderlands had these just big ass, like on Borderlands 2, these just big, like crazy monsters, and boss battles were fun. Like it looked like they taking it back to the essence with that. Everything that I'm seeing, it just looks good, man. Like I love the way the enemies look, the bosses so far. Some of the bosses I believe that they shown, like
yeah,
it just, I don't know, it's hitting on all cylinders for me. From a little bit of the move sets that we've seen, from the characters actually look interesting. You have an interesting storyline. It seemed like they just buffed up everything that kind of fell short in 3. Like they learned. They are a good group of people, good group of devs over there, because it seemed like they didn't wallow in their sorrows. They kind of looked like, hey, well,
yeah,
people wasn't really feeling this. So let's try this. Let's change the story. Let's get more of a serious tone, but we're going to kind of keep that humorous element of the Borderlands series. Because like the story
yeah,
seems very intense, for lack of better terms. It seems a little more intense, but you still get that Borderlands humor.
yeah,
It's still, and you know what? Marvel can take notes, all right? Because Borderlands seem to know how to stick the landing when it comes to putting humor in certain spots. Like they know how to hit their targets. Now, not all of it. Some of it, I'll be like, okay, all
yeah.
right.
Some jokes you're like, okay, that's a little bit
Yeah,
of
some I'll be
toilet
like,
humor.
all right,
Yeah,
that's a little. We could have flushed that, but it's part of the whole Borderlands as a series. It's part of their stick.
yeah.
Like it's always been a thing. But I don't know, man. I could talk about the greatness of this game because I didn't see anything that I did not like. Did you see anything that you may be like, because I
Um,
didn't really see anything.
Not really, and I do want to touch on that story element that you were talking about. I'm glad that they mentioned it as much too in the trailer, in the gameplay, in the state of play for this. That they've toned down a lot of the silly from the third game, and you can tell from the initial cutscenes and stuff that we got that the story does seem to be a little bit. I don't want to say darker, but a little bit more on the side of 1 and 2 of Borderlands, and you
Yeah.
know, because they gave like a brief description. It's like 6 years after Borderlands 3, and we're actually not on Pandora anymore, so we're on a new planet, brand new
You're
planet
like
called
on a
Kairos.
slave planet.
Yeah, yeah, it seems like a slave planet from run by this one guy named the Timekeeper. And apparently there's vaults on this planet too, which I think is pretty tight. Like it kind of reinforces some of the story beats from the end of 3. Don't want to spoil too much if you guys haven't played Borderlands 3. I recommend you do. I will say the gameplay from Borderlands 3 is still really solid. It's just like the end game and just getting through the story was a complete slog at times, to be quite
It
honest.
seemed just long. It was some parts that was just too, for me, it just seemed like it
Yeah,
drug on, and it just seemed like
yeah,
it was unnecessary parts in the game. And to me, we've discussed this before. I just wasn't excited for the antagonists in the game. They were so annoying and behind the times.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
the whole little streamer, they were streaming their evilness, and it just seems like Borderlands were trying to grab off the attention in that moment, because this was the time where I want to say streaming was at its peak. Well, video game streaming, maybe like
yeah,
Twitch. And I felt like they were trying to capture that moment with I don't think villains what they were trying to do with the villains. Maybe side characters. Maybe that whole streaming thing would have been good for like side characters or something. But for like your main villains to be like, and they were using all this dated terminology and slang. It was just weird,
Yeah,
man.
it didn't. I think it would have been good if that game came out like a few years before it did. It would have
Yeah.
landed better at least. Let me say that. But I think, like I said, from a gameplay standpoint, having the ability to mantle and slide and just the freedom of movement from three, it looks like they took that and they're adding to it into this game, which I really like. Like if you guys are, just listening, audio listeners, like I said, I encourage you to go watch the actual gameplay because you have the ability to glide now. You have this whip that you can like, grapple onto things. Like it looks like they've really just taken the movement up, plus 10, which I really enjoy because the best thing about Borderlands to me, besides loot, farming loot, is the ability to just like the freedom of movement with your character abilities and everything. Like I would typically pick faster characters anyway in Borderlands, but it looks like that won't necessarily be a problem for some of the other Vault Hunters, which is pretty cool. The other thing I really like just from the state of play too is how open the environments look. I'm
Hmm.
cautious about that though. You did ask me like, is there something that you may or may not like? I hope that we have the option. Like if you see on the video here, you have that compass at the top or that waypoint finder at the top. I hope we have the ability to choose between the mini map from Borderlands that you've had in the first few games versus that one because that looks like it could be a little cluttered and hard to follow, especially if you're on these larger maps.
Those things are always annoying. Like the
Yeah.
top
You,
bar where you got to look a direction. I never like those.
yeah, I don't really particularly enjoy it. Excuse me, but it seems like they're trying to mitigate some of the confusion in some of the maps from 3 like
Mhm.
excuse me, Jesus. Because
Also, and maybe it might be oh no, go ahead. I lost my thought.
no, I was just going to say like with that little robot that little companion that people are calling basically
Yeah.
a ghost from Destiny. Like you have that little waypoint, it'll give you like that little glowing line on the ground to follow. So maybe it won't be too bad, if this is the only option we have.
Hmm.
But I hope that doesn't become too much of a problem. I mean, because I would get lost regularly on some of those maps on Borderlands 3 after playing the game as long as I did. Some of that stuff was not easy to find. So that's
Yeah, I think it may be screen real estate too. Like,
yeah, yeah,
maybe it wouldn't benefit having a map in the corner because as you can see, they already have stuff in the corner. Um, it could be a lot of things with design. And I'm not blaming them for this. That's why I didn't put
no,
this as a knock.
yeah,
But me personally, I just never liked the bar at the top and then the indicator, you got to turn and the indicator's moving. I never was a fan of
yeah,
that in
and
any
and
game.
the reason why I like think that could be a problem is because you want from what they want this game to be, right? They want you to be able to move quickly, get around the environment fast. Even to the
Hmm.
point where you can use your everybody has their own personal vehicles now, which is pretty tight. But I feel like that's kind of hindering the movement if I have to stop, keep turning to see, oh, maybe I need to look this way. Oh no, it's a little bit more north. Like that just it
Yeah,
just
yeah, 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 yeah. No, because that's what ends up happening with me. You nailed it on the head. Because like I'll stop and I'll be like, wait a minute, where's this indicator going?
yeah.
Like then you turn in this way, and it stops the flow of, like you said, if you're in your little vehicle, traversing across the map, and you're stopping, and you got to keep
Like
looking left and
if
right
I just want to go fast
instead of
and,
just
and
following an
shoot.
indicator on the ground.
Yeah, like and maybe you'll have the ability to use that little robot while you're moving. Like I said, maybe I'm just worrying needlessly about nitpicking at this point, but that was just like one thing I noticed. That I was like, I don't know if I like that. I was like, that's kind of bothering me. Like I couldn't stop looking at it the whole time because I watched this a few different times and I was just like, that's just it. Just my eyes would not stop looking at that that bar at the top, man. I don't know.
Yeah, it does. I feel that because I get, man, boy, if you ever see me play a game that has a map indicator, and then like if you're streaming
Yeah,
like
yeah.
and you just see me looking around, it kind of takes it gives your stream a hit a little bit. Me personally, I feel like because the way that you're kind of like moving around, but
Right.
Besides, like I said, I didn't see anything so far that just made me say like, "Ill," like what the
No,
hell
no,
is
no, no.
that?
Yeah.
But everything else, it is it's drawing me in. This is definitely going to be a day one purchase. For me, it's going to be. I'm definitely going to be there. I guess we'll all be there streaming and playing this together because Weenie's getting it
Oh,
too.
100%.
Yeah, Weenie's going to get it.
And
Yeah,
I'll
he
say
doesn't have a
too,
choice.
another big thing that I'm glad that they
You're going to get this, Weenie.
course corrected on was loot. So
Yeah, I heard
Borderland
about. Oh, yeah.
Borderlands 3 really kind of lost the plot when it came to legendaries because the game would give them to you so frequently, like other weapons and other rarities just didn't feel good, to the point that you wouldn't even really take time to look through stuff or even bother using other weapons that didn't have that orange glow. And I'm glad that they said that they've toned down how often that they spawn, and they're making them a lot more special, and that weapons have the ability to spawn with multiple parts from different manufacturers, which I think is incredible because that means like you could have a TD body and a Mali one stock, like just different things, and it gives the guns different effects. So the customization is going to be absolutely insane in this game, man.
And I
And,
think. Oh no, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, and they introduced three new manufacturers too, which is pretty cool. So this is the first time that they've done that as well.
But see, this is what I like, right? And I want them to expound on customization because one thing people love to do across the board is customize some shit,
Yeah,
whether it's your look, your gun, or whatever the case may be, your vehicle, from colors to even if it's just things that don't necessarily may give you advantage, but it's
yeah,
just a look like your vehicle. Maybe you could change the color or, just certain little things like that. People love to customize things. So I think with the gun customization, if they open that up more, I'm not sure because they hinted on it. They like showed a little bit of it, but we don't know how far we can go with customizing these weapons. But I think that is cool because I might link up with you or Weenie start playing, and Weenie might just blow some shit off the map, and you looking at him like, what the hell is that? And he
yeah.
might have
Like imagine you
went in
get
a loot cave and found some rare piece. You know what I'm saying?
like that'll be
To
super cool. Like imagine like we all get the same name gun, but they all have completely different parts, and it's like you're gonna be like, oh
But
man,
make
my
people
like
find
that'll be
things.
super cool.
Make it a part of the discovery. Make people want to explore.
Yeah,
Like just think about it. You got this gun and you're looking for a rare piece. Like, you know what I'm saying? You
yeah.
looking for one piece to make your perfect gun. You got a gun that me or Weenie don't even have, and we're just looking like, dude, like, oh well, I built it. I found this piece on this part of the map. I had to do this. I had to go because they did say they had like what, like little loot caves, like kind of like a represent like a dungeon sort of deal.
Yeah, they were kind of careful. I'm curious about how that's gonna work. I'm glad that I think the biggest change that people are excited about too. Speaking on that, is the ability to rerun missions and respawn bosses without save quitting. Which I that's the thing I probably hated more than anything when I was farming, or if there was a mission specific weapon that you
Mm-hmm.
wanted, but it was either too low level or after a while, your weapons start to do less damage as you level up because they're lower level, which I think is a shame. But I'm glad that, like I said, you have the ability to farm for the perfect weapon. Like I said, just like you said, right? Like it could have, you could be looking for a particular part on a weapon. For particular effect that goes along with your character build. And I'm gonna pause the video here too because I did want to talk about this as well, like the character trees or the skill
Mm-hmm.
trees. And it looks like there's more expansive skills to use, which I'm very, very excited about. Like one of the biggest things I've always wanted in Borderlands was more custom, like more character
There you
builds.
go.
you
Yep.
know, and
Builds and customizations is always welcome.
yeah, and I think 3 did this really well too. Like I'll give Borderlands 3 credit on that. And like I said, the gameplay for 3 was great, story was awful. But I like that we're getting to this point where you can really have a unique vault hunter, you know, and then you throw on the possibly endless combinations of weapons and weapon drops. Like they really are building something special with this game, man. Like I'm so
Man,
excited
I
for
can
Borderlands.
see because I am a big component of rewarding someone for their time and the amount of time they spend exploring a game. Like if there's only a small group of people who may have this limited weapon piece or weapon, that's fine. If they put in the work to get that,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like I want to reward that person for
right.
their time and effort. Like everyone, like people get mad, like, oh, I'm not doing all that to get that piece, blah 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 blah. Well, hey, that's fine. You will never get it. But people who do have that time, I feel like should be rewarded, and I feel like these are slight elements you can add to the game, and
Yeah.
it gives it gives people something to do. It forces them, well, not necessarily forces them, but it gives them an incentive to explore
Yeah.
exploration. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like Darius, what you doing today? Besides beating the main storyline, it gives you in-game stuff to do. Like, yo, I'm
Exactly.
on the hunt. I'm on the hunt to find this piece to my gun,
I
or I want to
need
build
to
this gun.
rerun the last story mission a few times to get this, or just like Weenie said in chat too. Like you know, if friends are playing the same Vault Hunter, you could have completely different play styles. You know, like let's say I wanted to play the Siren. You know, shout out to my boy Darkstar in chat. You know, he usually plays Sirens. You know, in Borderlands. Like if I decided to play or pick a Siren, you know, I could be like, okay, well, I'm gonna go down this skill tree and focus on these skills. And you know, it brings a lot of synergy to the game, especially when you get on the harder difficulties in Borderlands, when enemies aren't
Mm-hmm.
just, you know, they're not just meat shields, but they have resistances. And you know, because they even
Somebody
mentioned,
break that, yeah,
yeah,
and
you
then you
know,
got somebody with another gun that may peel this. Like,
right.
yeah,
I think that's awesome, man. And they even, you know, of course, and they announced that crossplay and cross progression are there from day one, which is once again amazing.
finally, we're getting to that point where this is becoming normal.
Yeah, eventually they'll, you know, companies won't have to announce it's there. It'll just be a expected feature in gaming. So I'm very excited about that. There was one other thing. Oh my god, just forgot. Oh, it's gonna bother me. There was something else that they announced that I was gonna bring up too. Oh, my brain. It's too much Borderlands.
His brain took a dump.
Yeah, it literally just
Well, while you
rebooted.
thinking of it, I would like to just say for our visual viewers here, like we're looking at this incredible monster here, and this is what excites me. I want to see what are these battles going to be about? What are we going to be fighting? I
Yeah.
saw like a big chunky dude that looked like one of the big bad generals of the Timekeepers
Yes.
army, and you ah man, it just looks fun. Like this shit looks fun, man. It looked like we're gonna have a fun time with this game, man.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
that's what it was. So the last thing that they announced, or one of the last things they announced during this was it. So it is co-op, obviously. Each person can play on a different difficulty. So if I wanted to play on, let's say, True Vault Hunter mode or whatever they call it, you could play on, you know, normal. If you know, if somebody's new and they don't really know a lot about Borderlands, they just kind of want to hang out with their friends and chill and just shoot stuff. Like your difficulty will be different from mine, which I don't even know how that's gonna work, but that is such a cool thing. Like,
didn't they do that before?
I don't know if they've ever if it's I don't know
I
if that
think
was
they
in
did that
Borderlands 3 or not,
before.
but if it was, like that's such a cool thing, man. Like
And
I don't
that's
know.
weird because it's like if we're fighting the same boss and he's easy for me but hard for you,
I
like
wonder
what
if
does
it.
that mean?
Yeah, I don't know what that
Do you
means.
kill him quicker?
You
Or
know.
and I'm like, it says like it'll be like, oh well, DC's done fighting the boss, waiting
Yeah.
for you. Like what?
I don't know how that's gonna
Waiting for
work. So it we'll see. Darkstar says Borderlands 3 co-op run before release. Sure, why not? I need to reacquaint myself with Borderlands. I'd be down to play.
No. Ain't no hell no. You get your ass on Siege, we get on Borderlands. There you have it. All right, so yeah, I don't have anything else to say about this game.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be a glaze fest. Yeah, I said it because I look at that big chunky boy. Look at him. Look at this.
He said,
come on, all this. Look at this, bro. Look at this. I'm praising it for now until it gives me a reason not to. This is going to be a definite front runner for Game of the Year. I'm gonna call it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna call it.
I don't even know what else is coming out this year that I'm this excited for, but this might be the one for me for this year. Like every year, there's one game where I absolutely have to get it. This is the one for me this year. Like I don't know what else is gonna happen this year. I don't really care, and the fact that this is coming out 2 weeks early, like probably gonna take that Friday off. I already looked up the date. It's on a Friday. I'm probably gonna take that day off from work. It might have to, but we'll see.
We got to get some hard drives in this house. I got to buy a hard drive for every machine that I own in this goddamn house. Again.
Oh,
the terabytes ain't Tera no more.
Nah, terabytes aren't what they used to, man. They're just not what they used to.
What is the next wave called? The penny loafer?
Petabyte
drive? Oh, a petabyte. Yeah, that's what I need.
Yeah, weekend extravaganza, man. Yeah, Tori, this is just like Borderlands for me, man. I've been playing Borderlands for such a long time. Like, for me, this series is probably up there in like favorite series, probably up there with like Halo, like stuff that I grew up playing. You know, I remember buying like a Game Informer magazine with Borderlands when they had the original art style when it used to be more realistic and before they switched over to the current art style. Yeah. And
do you remember the first time you got a conference call?
Man,
the sweet
good times, man. running double conference calls.
What element conference call was you running?
I eventually farmed all of them. You kind of had to at a certain point because back then I was playing El Salvador too, so I would run double conference calls and just.
Running double conference. If you had a whole team running double conference calls,
yeah.
If that was a thing.
And I remember
because it'd be so much. Remember, it was so much stuff on the screen. The game would slow down.
Yeah, it would lag really bad. Yeah, I remember, and that was they ended up nerfing that gun too because you were literally melting bosses in seconds. Like they had to nerf that gun. It was that good.
And this is back before people were really like nerfing stuff.
Yeah,
like
that was
like
before you really.
Yeah, people wasn't doing mid-game updates. It was that bad to where they was like, "Yo, okay."
Yeah,
because your whole team would have conference calls, and it would be
bullets going horizontal and vertical at the same time for a shotgun. Like, who thinks of that? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, Borderlands is just.
And we need that gun in Borderlands. We need that one dumbass gun in Borderlands 4 that's gonna give us that conference call feel, bro.
Yeah, 100%, man. This is, I mean,
just do a conference call with rocket launcher.
Let's be honest. Like, this Borderlands is like the grandfather looter shooter. You know, we talk about Destiny all the time and how it revolutionized looter shooters, but for me, this was my first looter shooter. Was Borderlands 1, man. Like this right here just oh man. Hey Darkstar, you know what's so funny about that? So I actually told this guy at my job about that this past week because I was talking to somebody at my job about Borderlands 4. So just like a quick story, this was like years ago when me and Darkstar were playing Borderlands 1. And it was like Xbox 360. And one guy, we were just like open lobbies, just running around, just playing around and stuff. And this guy joined who was another Siren. And he had a bunch of modded weapons and he had a modded character. These were like weapons that wouldn't drop in the game. People were editing these using save files on PC back then. This guy dropped like 100 or 200 weapons that were all legendary that would kill stuff in like 1 or 2 shots. And he disappeared and he left the game and never saw the guy again. He didn't say a word.
You know what we called him? We called him Black Santa.
He just blessed us with all these weapons and just left. And we never saw him again, man. Like, oh my gosh, man. Yeah, we played the hell out of Borderlands a lot. Like this is like I don't know, like just one of my favorite series, man. I could gush about just like DC said, man. I could glaze and gush about this all day. Like I'm so excited for this. I can't wait. This is gonna literally be
shining star in the year of 2025. It's definitely we got some bangers, man. So I'm thinking we got 3 heavy contenders already for game of the year. We still got more games coming, and then if you pay attention to Steam, it's probably some shit coming out every week.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's something on Steam literally coming out every week.
We gotta do a proper game of the year show this year. I think we should. I think it's time.
I'm gonna wear a suit and tie.
Yeah, I was just gonna say this is why we're best friends. You know me, bro. I was just going to say we should dress up.
Hey, wait. What do you say? Rapper and dapper.
Yes, I got some funny. Oh, I got some ideas. Oh, we'll talk.
With some cue cards.
Oh,
hey man. Hey, if you want to do it live, I'll buy a mixer. Just give me the word.
Hey,
I'll buy a mixer with 2 mics.
Oh my gosh, we gotta talk.
Give me a reason to spend money. Give me the word. I've been looking to get rid of this fucking mixer anyway.
Yeah, we got to do that, man. I think that would be fun. Yeah, we're going to do a proper game of the year show for y'all this year, man. I think that'll be fire, man.
Ooh, with the cue cards, you sitting up there like, in today's announcement.
Yeah, have bad funds and everything, right?
Ooh, do like that dude. What's my man name who be hosting, bro? Who be having me rolling? It's the white dude. Caleb? Oh, yeah.
That'll be excellent, man.
And I would like to announce the game of the year.
Have curtains put up for like a backdrop and stuff, like people walking behind the stage and shit. Oh man, yeah, we're doing that.
Hey, go full Angry Joe, bro. Have a whole production behind.
Oh yeah. We'll talk off this. We'll talk after the pod, man. That's gonna be awesome. All right. So here's our dilemma. We're running out of time, and we still have Xbox to talk about. Here's my proposal. And everyone in chat is included in this as well. We can save the Xbox conversation for next week about the price hikes.
PlayStation about to do it.
It's an important conversation to have. There's a lot to talk about. I've been doing a lot of research on it, and I kind of want to.
It's something you don't want to rush in 10 minutes.
I don't. Yeah, it's such an important conversation.
Maybe a side episode, another episode sometime this week. If you got the time.
We could probably swing that, actually. I might be down for that. But yeah, either way, I think we should just wrap it up here. Because I want to give that conversation, just like DC said, the respect it deserves. Because the industry, man, the game industry is
I'm going to let them cook, too.
In a crazy place
all
right
his.
Now. I'll just put to you guys like this. I found a 226 page PDF of data about the state of the game industry. I've been doing some research for y'all. I've been looking.
So this is my proposal, right? Because I really want I want this to be Darius's corner. I want you to cook because you have a journalistic take on things. And
yeah,
if you have any time free this week where you think you can do it, let me know, and I'm down.
Okay.
Just give me a time and a date, and I'll let you cook, man. It's your show. I'll be there with a few questions and stuff, but because I'm curious as well, because there's a lot of things that I didn't quite understand.
Yeah, there's a lot to go over, man. Hold on, Bango, I'll find it for you. Give me 1 second. I don't have the link right in front of me. Give me 1 second. I'll post it in chat here in just a moment.
We could do a special episode, and we can rock out if that works for you. Whatever works for you, let me know. I'm with it.
Let's see. Hang on, chat.
What's up, Bango? Hope you're having a good Saturday, brother.
It's worthwhile reading it. It's not all 100% accurate information, but it's the closest that I found that makes sense. And here it is. Take some time and read it, man. It's 229 pages. Take your time. I'm not even done with it, so.
No, man, no. Like, look.
But this is I love that kind of stuff. Like, it's important. The industry is in a bad place, and I'm gonna just say this before we get out of here, man. There's no more room for growth for the game industry. It's over. We're done, man. And that's why they're making the decision they're making.
You're gonna leave us on that apocalyptic edge?
Yes. And on that note, thank you guys for hanging out for episode 231 of the Super Weapon Podcast, man. As always, man, this was another great episode. My boy DC got some vindication. Calling him Prophet DC today, man. Nostradamus, whatever you guys want to call him, man. Make sure you give him his props online. Cause he called the GTA 6 delay before
A
anyone.
year ago.
He did. He never wavered. I tried to get him to change his mind a bunch too. So, but as always, man, thank y'all for hanging out, man. Like I said, if you haven't had the chance to check in on the state of play for Borderlands 4, make sure you go watch it if you're interested at all. The game's gonna be incredible. I'm there day one. You already know it. So I don't really have a whole lot. Yeah, we may have a secondary episode this week. I'll keep you guys posted on that. But as always, man, I appreciate y'all for hanging out today, man. You can find me everywhere, Darius the Artist, on Twitter. I'm never calling it X. Darius the Artist, where E is a 3. DC, take us home, baby.
All right. First of all, I want to say we're glad to have our brother from another mother, Dark Star, here in the chat today. He had a little accident and hurt himself. I'm just glad that, you are okay, brother, because that could have been some serious shit. We ain't got to get into details. Just know that our brother had a little mishap. He had a little boo-boo. He hurt himself, but
we're gonna get you one of those healing pods from Dragon Ball Z, man. It'll fix you up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I saw the x-rays that you sent me. Sheesh. Oh, well, yeah. Hope you heal, brother, and get better. You will, because you're strong. You're a strong mind. And also, I just want to say, I know everybody have a reality TV guilty pleasure, all right? I'm going somewhere with this. Let me cook a few seconds. We all have one reality TV show, maybe two, that we watch and may not tell nobody, and that's okay. You could be ashamed in the dark. So one of mine, I have the box set, not gonna lie. I have Jersey Shore. I have a problem.
Oh my God.
But they had a spinoff called Florida Bama Shore, which I did not like at first. I'm going somewhere with this. Let me cook. So I was like, I'm not watching this. Spinoff is stupid. But eventually I got around to watching it, and it was actually pretty funny. I say that to say this. I was talking, like, one of the dudes is from here, from Atlanta. And I found out that he passed away yesterday, 33 years old.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, for some odd reason, that kind of bothered me. Like, I don't know this guy personally, but I even had a conversation with him on Instagram. And it was just weird because he was 33 and I forgot what it was from. But it's just like, damn, man, like we go over this over and over and over again. Love your loved ones, man, because 33 is ridiculous to me, man. I was just watching this dude on TV because, mind you, I watched the show late. Like, I'm just watching this dude on, just young guy, just young, healthy guy. His name's Kurt. And I don't know. I just felt the need to bring that up because it was just really, really... It had me in my thoughts this morning because I found out this morning, and I was like, I just watched him on Fear Factor. Like, damn, like people, you literally here today and could be gone tomorrow. Like, it's freaking crazy. So I say that to say this, and we're always going to harp on this. Love your loved ones, man. I love you guys. I love being here. I love doing what I'm doing. I hope the demons that you are fighting behind these screens that no one knows about, I hope you win those battles. If you need to talk, holla at me in Discord. Definitely shoot me a message on Twitter because I'm on there the most. If we could just talk. And sometimes people just need somebody to listen to them. So I'm not going to keep talking. I just thought I'd bring that up because that took me to a place this morning, man. I was sitting in my window, like, looking up at the sky, really thinking, like, yo, life is really precious, man. Like, this shit is crazy.
It is.
Just do that favor for me, y'all. I ain't gonna talk y'all to death. Peace.
Take care, you guys, man. If you guys are hanging in chat, hang around. We're gonna play some Siege today. We'll catch you guys next week. See you later. Peace.
Peace.